Hey guys, thanks for joining today's session. In today's session, we will embark on an exciting journey into Docker Compose. But before we delve into Docker Compose's power and capabilities, let's first walk through a simple real-world scenario. That is the one set the stage for why Docker Compose is essential. Let's say you have built a stock price prediction model and you saved it as a model.pickle on your laptop. Now you wanted to share this stock price prediction model to your friend who lives in other city or other place. Currently, this model is available in your laptop. You wanted to make this model, machine learning model, accessible to your friend and the public. How do I do this? Can someone tell me? Yes, very good. You need to create an API. Let's say you created an API using a script called app.py, which is using the Flask to serve the model. What is next? And then you package this API into a Docker container for easy deployment. All right. Instead of running your API, instead of running your API locally, you run the Flask API inside the container. You just think container is a box, okay? So inside the container, you are running the Flask. The default port number for the Flask is 5000. Now the Flask is, listening on the port number 5000. Now the question is, how do I access this Flask API, which is running inside the container? How do I access this Flask API, which is running inside the container? For that, you need to map ports to allow external access. How do I map the ports? What do you mean by mapping the ports? Okay, so using this command, all right, this is the command that we use it. So hope you remember, this is the command that I used to create the container. This is where I did the port mapping. Okay, before we discuss about this thing, right, let's say the users enter the stock details on the web interface. For example, they are entering the stock symbols like Wipro or Infosys or TCS, and then they enter the prediction date, and then other details they enter it. When they hit the predict button, it has to give the predicted or the forecasted stock price for the selected stock symbol, whether it's a Wipro or all the things, right? So what happens is here, so at this URL, right, the HTTP colon IP address colon 5000, right? This request, whatever they entered it here, the end users, right? That request is sent to the 5000 on the, that request is sent to the port number of your EC2 instance. Okay, this EC2 instance is running a Docker container that hosts your Flask API. The port mapping -p 5000, right? It ensures that the traffic received on EC2's port number 5000 is forwarded to the port number 5000 inside your container. Okay, this Flask app, what it does is, upon receiving the inputs from the user, it generates a response and it sends it back through the EC2 instance port number 5000. And finally, it forwards the predicted value back to the end user screen. So now anyone can access your API via a web browser and get the stock price prediction done. Okay, this is a typical way of serving the model, right? So now what is so big deal? Okay, what is so big deal? So now the challenge is, what happens when your application gains traction and more users started accessing your API, right? A single container running one instance of your API might struggle to handle multiple requests coming from more users, right? This is the one leading to slow responses, or sometimes it might crash also because more number of requests comes it will become a bottleneck, and it will be, the container can also crash. This is where the Docker Compose becomes, invaluable. Okay, the Docker Compose, it allows us to define and manage multiple containers effortlessly. So this is the one enables the scalability and load balancing and seamless integration of services like databases or caching mechanism. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll explore how Docker Compose helps orchestrating the multi-container applications, and ensure our system runs smoothly. Okay. Hope it's clear with you.